Yesterday, you told me you're basically driving with a new motor this season. How did it feel out there in those warm-ups?
It feels really good. It's good to get back out there and do some shakedown laps. And, the nice thing is everything's gone really well. A couple of simple little changes as far as, like, tightening up the steering and, but boat ride and everything else feels good. The engine feels strong. New motor, look at the data, hopefully keep on turning up the wick and just gain a little bit more. But all in all, it's pretty happy with it right now.
You also told me there's a little bit of nerves when you're coming into testing. So what was your mindset when you got out there?
Yeah, everything, like all the hardware came off the boat this off season. So it's like, did we get it on right? They did. They're professionals when it comes to that stuff. So it's that. You just want the boat ran so well last year in San Diego, and so you start messing with doing that kind of stuff. It gets you a little bit worried, but no, it handles good. It's same boat, different colors, different name, different number. Super exciting. Just really happy with it right now.
What's the number one thing you want to see when you get back out onto the water here soon?
Just really collect data. The boat ride's good. Just pick up a few more miles an hour, and really just we want to try some things. Things that you normally wouldn't do. So that's kind of I'm excited about. Just we're trying things, and it's either going to go really slow or we might find something. But if you're not trying, you're not trying to make it go faster.
Anything you can divulge in terms of what you might want to try?
Gears, propellers. Like the first run, we were able to come back and turn up the fuel a little bit more because it was down on fuel. So, just kind of creep up on a lot of that stuff. But, we're not really dialed in for here. We're trying to get geared up for the Gold Cup and stuff like that, and just make sure that the boat's working the way it's supposed to. Engine's good, gearbox, all that stuff. We're trying some stuff, and but I like that kind of stuff. I like trying things, that normally wouldn't work.
Fantastic. Good luck. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Taylor, really busy day for you guys. Jimmy Shane is coming back and giving you data and feedback for two different boats. Is there one that's a little ahead of the other right now?
I don't know. He just went out and ran pretty close to 166, so he's weighing and choosing the options just like we are. Both boats are plenty fast. Each of them have their own set of ups and downs, I guess is the best way to put it. So I think it's still undecided right now. It's going to take a day or two to figure out what we're doing.
Jimmy said it would be a collective team effort to do that. So break it down. What exactly are you looking for when it comes to the differences between these two?
Well, we start the season off at a pretty tough race course, Madison, Indiana. It's one of the most spectacular races. It's one of the greatest races, and lucky to have the Gold Cup there. And it's going to be 4 heats on the Ohio River. So we need a boat that's going to stay together, have the right gear and prop ratios that we need to actually put our best foot forward to go win the Gold Cup. So boat ride and setup is what it's all about. So it's going to take a lot of the data from today and what we've learned and the feedback from Jimmy, and Jimmy's been giving great feedback. Take that back to the shop and sit down and decompress and say, okay, what are we doing next?
Yeah. Jimmy told me there might be a higher ceiling with the Apollo boat. Is that surprising at all to you guys?
No, not at all. That boat has a lot of potential, and we're excited with what we've seen today so far. We think we can make some changes to improve upon it, and this is Jimmy's first time back in a boat, so we're slowly creeping up on things, but I think he's showing just how skilled of a driver he is because he's stepping back in there and running some pretty quick laps. So.
As a former competitor of his, what do you tell him to get him, back into that mindset of being in a boat after 4 years?
He's pretty easy. He's an easygoing guy. I didn't really have to tell him much. We started the day off. Mike Hansen, got in his head that, hey, we're here to just learn, not make mistakes. Mistakes are what set us back, so just get comfortable. And I think the boat ride and driving did it all for itself.
Fantastic. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
The man of the hour, Jim, just about, half of these boats because you painted them. How many boats are you responsible for today?
I painted the 2 strong boats. I painted the bucket list racing boat, and then I helped my buddy Scott Raney paint the U11. I did the clear on it. Scott did all the colors and stuff. So, and then I've painted a lot of the haulers, a lot of the trailers, a lot of everything in here. So keeps me busy, keeps me out of trouble.
About how many hours do you spend painting a boat?
I spent like 140 hours just on Corey's in about 15, 16 days, so long days, but you got to get stuff done. So by getting it done, it gives the other guys, the crew guys, a few days to get their stuff done. So there's, you can't move up testing, you can't move up races or anything, so the only thing you can do is work a lot of long hours.
What do you love most about this process?
I just love the people. I love the sport, grew up in it, so it's just a good time. Meet a lot of great people throughout the whole country. I got to travel over to Doha and do some of that stuff. So, but as you travel and do the boat races, you meet a lot of great people throughout this country, so it's always fun.
You'll get to watch your works of art here throughout the season. You'll be with Bucket List Racing. What are you doing on the crew?
Just trying to help out Kelly however he can. He took the year off, lost a few of the good guys to some of the other teams and stuff, so Kelly needs a little bit of help, and whatever it takes to help Kelly out, I told him I'd be there for him. So it's been a while since I gone out and crewed on the big boats, but kind of excited to get back. And then as far as like painting the boats, to see how nice when they turn out and you get compliments and stuff, like Brad and Dustin said some nice stuff today earlier about me, and then I get the videos from my sister and all that stuff. So yeah, it's very rewarding when you do something, but it is a lot of work. There's only a couple. Barney Taffner's the other one. He paints a lot of the stuff too, and Barney's painted forever too. So yeah, good times.
I love looking at your beautiful pieces of art, and we'll see you in Madison then?
Yeah, headed out to Madison. I'll have to get out there and give my buddy James Cripps a bad time.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Corey, one big emphasis today, bring the boat back in one piece. I think you can check that off. She looks great. What was another major thing you wanted to check off your list today for Madison?
We just wanted to go through our plan, and we've done that so far. So, so far so good. Everything's checking out. Like you said, bring the boat back in one piece. When the boat gets in the air, make sure everything looks good on the bottom, because all the work that we did. So we're there. As far as preparing for Madison, there's still more to do. Hopefully we can get out one or two more times. I know we'll get out at least once, but right now it's about building speed. The first couple of times out was make sure the boat's good, make sure everything's functioning properly, and now we can try and build speed. But we're here and we're having fun.
In regards to all the work you've done on the boat, you told me yesterday you can appreciate the boat a little bit more. How much more do you appreciate it going into this season?
Oh man, so much. It was so much work over the off season, and put it in the water, and it drove great the first time out, and it just gets better. So hopefully we can build on what we have right in front of us and put something great on the water.
Overall successful testing day?
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Gunnar, one thing you told me coming into this one, that you were able to earn the trust of your crew a little bit better, especially when you're setting up your boat. How did you see that play out here today?
Today, it was nice. We went out. A lot of it was set up with a skid fin. Went out first time, and it was perfect, just based off them. They did it all themselves, off of inputs from over the years, and it worked out.
One thing you were looking at today was not only testing your boat, but also testing your crew. You're looking for some new crew members, at least 3 of them. How did they look today?
Oh, we did good, actually. I was impressed with all of them. There's room for improvements everywhere. And even from the guys that are returning, there's always room for improvement for them too as well. So,
you only went out there twice today in comparison to everyone else. Did you want to go out more, or is this a happy ending?
It's a happy ending. We would have liked to have gone out at least one more time, or maybe twice, just to try a few more things, but it didn't play out that way.
So you're ready for Madison, though?
We won't be in Madison. Okay. We'll be ready for Tri-Cities.
Oh, fantastic. Yes, love it. Okay. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
We're joined here on the set by Scott Raney. Scott, how are you?
Good. I'm certainly not qualified to follow a legend like John Walters. I tell you what, that guy, when I first started in the sport, he worked on the team, the Mr. Pringles team that I was involved with, and he was a mentor to me, and I was just a young child at the time, and that guy gave me so much knowledge and fortunately, we got to race together for many years. We won a Gold Cup together. We won many races together. And what an honor, but I'm not qualified to follow him, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's a good one, and I've had the good fortune to work with him as a co-host and a color commentator for a number of years, and now I got this young man. This is pretty good stuff here.
Absolutely.
And Dustin he's set the world on fire today. This has been great. I said many years ago, I said, Dustin's really smart. We all know that, but he's so articulate. If he ever kicks that cockpit to the curb, I want him up here with me, and we got him. So we're having a good time up
That's
here.
Good. That's good. It seems like a great fit if you're not going to drive anymore. Be involved and share that wealth of knowledge you have.
Yeah, still get to see everybody, and just growing up around the sport, you still want to stay involved. So it's great to be here.
I told him when we come back here in July, we got lounge chairs up there at start and finish. We got big fans. It's great stuff. It's great stuff.
Yeah, just like down in the pits too, where we're at. Same way.
So, tell me, you got your boat in the water today. You ran, looked good. You just increased your time, I saw, on that one.
Yeah, we increased it a little. We're looking for a little bit more than that. I'm not going to tell you it was a horrible day. It was a fine day. We ended the season last year. Yeah, we got a third place in San Diego, but our performance was off, and we could not understand why. Well, we dug into it this winter, and we worked really hard as a team, and fortunately, Flavor Pack, came back and decided to be involved and sponsor us again, and we sorted through the issues we had, and it appears that we've resolved them. But then I look over at the scoring sheet and I see some of these other guys, and they're pretty darn fast. So we gotta keep working at it. Not a bad day though for us. We ran 3 times. We got a lot of valuable information. The last run we just made a little subtle change from the run before, and we saw the results of that. So.
And Jamie's looking great in that thing. I mean, he's flying it. He's smooth. I mean, he looks like he's so confident. I mean, he's doing a great job.
Well,
so
he's definitely not the thing that's holding us back. That's for sure. He's an incredible driver, incredible person to be around, and he comes back with so much information, and we can verify a lot of what he says off the computer data. We've been really analyzing that and having some good conversations on what comes next. How do we improve? And that's what we're after.
I want you to talk a little bit, if you can. You mentioned Flavor Pack being back on board with you. I know you're happy about that. I happened to see you yesterday. I was driving down 182, looked off to the right, and there you were. And I think it's the new corporate headquarters for Flavor Pack that you had the boat over there and the team. Talk a little bit about that relationship you have with Flavor Pack.
It's an incredible deal. They had a small office here in Tri-Cities, and they had people scattered all around in different buildings and whatnot, so they decided to build one facility for all their employees, whether it's the marketing folks or the accounts payable, the all that, and the farmers have a place where they can go in and meet and coordinate what crops they're going to grow, and it's a beautiful brand new facility that they moved into 2 weeks ago. Really? So they asked us, can you bring the boat here? And then they put on a big smoked barbecue feast for us and the team and all the employees. And it was, I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to get up from eating all that, smoked tri-tip and smoked chicken. It was incredible. And then we got a little education on how the Flavor Pack works and what they're doing. And I didn't realize it, but this is pea season right now. They're packaging peas right now. And they package them just as they come out of the field. And we're not talking days; we're talking within hours.
Really?
And that's all incredible company. And their comment is from seed to table, and that's exactly what they do. They plant them, they grow them, they nurture them, they take them out of the ground, and they package them and get it to the outlet. So it is fresh, frozen vegetables and whatnot. So it's pretty neat.
What kind of a reception did you get from the employees and so forth there?
Well, most of the people have never seen the boat, just pictures and videos, and they don't realize how big the equipment is. You got a 30-foot boat tipped up there, and it's bright yellow and blue, and then you got the 45-foot truck that carries all the equipment, and they don't realize how big it is, because on TV it doesn't look that big. So it's really neat to show off what we've done and then to have their name on the side of it, that the employees are very proud about that.
No, that's great. It's great to showcase their product out here in front of everybody. The employees can come down, watch the races too, see their boat perform, and they got to be pretty proud.
Yeah, they are, and it's cool. They're right here in the Tri-Cities, and a lot of people, they go Hydrotown, USA,
Absolutely.
right here, and
this
so
is it.
this is their home base, and we're not too far away, so we'll just call it our hometown too.
Close enough.
Yeah.
So you're telling me Flavor Pack knows food?
Yes, sir.
And if this boat racing thing doesn't work out for you, you can become a pea farmer. You got a customer right over there.
I think it takes a lot more than the little bit of knowledge I gained yesterday. It was fascinating to learn that, and all the different processes that they use and how they plan it, and I didn't know.
That's very cool.
Yes, sir.
Tours like that are great. You just think, it's frozen fruits and vegetables, and okay. No, there's this whole process, and like you said, seed to table, is that it? Not
yes,
farm
sir.
to table, seed to table.
Exactly.
We're going back even further to the very, very beginning with the seed. That's very good. So now tell me, what does the U11 racing team do for the next month? We got a month before we head to Indiana, and all of a sudden we're going to square off for the APBA Gold Cup. How do you approach the next month? What do you do?
Well, while today was a success, we're going to go back to Cleellum and get in the boat shop and dig deeper. We got to get some more mile an hour. Today we ran one engine and a couple different propellers. There's multiple more propellers back at the shop. Actually, one's coming off the CNC. It might come off tomorrow. Okay. That's a brand new one for this year. There's several more engines, 3 back at the shop. We'll take 3 total back to Madison with us, but I can assure you today's engine was not our best one. So you always say, there's more to come. We're going to be better tomorrow, and we put the best engine in, and something else, some other curveball comes at you. So you just gotta, in boat racing, you gotta be really good at hitting curveballs because they're coming at you from a lot of different directions, and we use that analogy. And but
was there anything today that surprised you? That really you came into this not knowing, and you're leaving saying, "Wow, that was different."
Yeah, absolutely. In our first run, we just went out to get a baseline, and we didn't run the boat hard. We ran it, a little bit, and then the second run we made some adjustments and put a different propeller on, and we ran the boat hard, and it was like the speed wasn't there where we wanted, and the boat ride kind of went away, but also the weather had gone away during our run. Right. That time it got really windy, and so we don't. But I don't want to say, the wind was the reason why we didn't run good, but we made some adjustments for the third run, and it was better, but it's not there yet.
No, you got a good team, a good group of people, and a lot of experience. So I know that the fans and everybody at home know that you guys will be there. And Madison is the great equalizer because it's not always the record-setting fastest boat that wins there. That's kind of a survival place, and you guys know about that. I told him earlier, if you ever can't find Scott, he's probably under the boat working on something and getting it done because he's one of the hardest working guys out here.
I appreciate that, and I'm just like every other team. Every team works so hard, and just like every other team, I just want to win and win for a lot of the guys on our team who never have and never experienced that, and I want that for them. I want that for Jamie. I want that for Flavor Pack. Yep.
Yeah, that was where I was going to go, talking about the team and all that stuff. And there's those of us on this side of it and the fan side. They want you to get a win, too. Oh, yeah, you've had plenty as a crew chief. But as an owner, to see you and Shannon get one would be very special.
Well,
Absolutely.
We're going to keep working for it. But, this guy who's out here right now, Dylan, that boat is not slow, as you well know, Dustin. And they make it really tough for others.
Earlier, Dylan, you were able to get 2 laps in before you guys had to take the boat off the water. What did you learn about your boat before getting it back out there?
Yeah, well, we definitely learned it was fast on the first run. We only got 2 laps in. We ran a high 161, which for our first time out, we were really happy with. So now it's just kind of a learning curve. We ran a couple issues midday today. Team worked really hard to get those resolved, so super thankful to those guys. Bucket list team, they just keep working, and it's awesome. So yeah, I got to go out this time, and boat felt really good.
For you as a driver and getting back in the seat after a few seasons, how did it feel for you?
Yeah, it's a little bit like riding a bike to some extent. You had a lot of time to think in the off season in the last 2 seasons, so think a lot about what you want to do this time around, and now it's just starting to execute on those things in the boat.
What is one thing you want to execute going forward on?
Yeah, I think it's just wing control for us. We're still working a little bit of setup on the wing, but we'll progress there as the season goes on. But for me personally, just getting more and more comfortable flying the boat with the canard and really trusting it in the boat.
All right, we appreciate you. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Kelly Stocklin joins us here from Bucket List Racing. Kelly, welcome to our little broadcast here.
Hi there, thank you.
How you doing?
Well, it's been a long day.
You were a little more animated out there.
Yeah,
no, Kelly, it's great to have you here, and I appreciate you taking a couple of minutes and coming up here and joining us. And I guess the big question, the big elephant, is just laying right here in the middle of the table is you didn't race with us last year, but you're back.
Yeah.
How come?
Well, how come? Because I'm back?
Because you can't walk away. This is too much fun. Right? It's fun.
So, HRL's been working that format for quite a while, and it's been very successful. And the situation that I think the Unlimited group has been faced with is boat count, and owners are getting less and less, so the owners are buying boats, and we have multiple boat teams and things like that, and we have to have that, because if we don't have that, we don't have a fleet at this time. And I'm going to say it, the team driving, nobody's going to admit they do it, but it's a natural thing to do. And I think that hurt our sport tremendously. And the only fix that I could ever come up with in my head was an earned lane format to balance the race field between the single owner boats and the multiple owner boats. Okay. In fact, years ago, it used to not be legal to run 2 boats from the same camp in the same race. Right. You could not do it.
Right.
So they've come up with this format to where you earn the lanes or earn choice of lanes.
Right.
And I think that will alleviate a lot of that threat that only comes naturally. I mean, why wouldn't you if you had 2 boats, why wouldn't you work the 2? I mean, car racing does it all the time, and it's a natural thing, but I think it's a negative thing for our sport. Now, also, and more importantly than that, we should be catering to the person on the beach. Mm-hmm. And the person on the beach, the man and the husband and wife and the family that come down here, family of 4 that spend a couple of $100 to spend a weekend down here for 3 days. Basically, you got, in my opinion, one real race before you got the final, because when you only have 6 boats, you don't have elimination heats. They're just, all you're doing is wearing out parts. That's my opinion.
Okay.
Now, the way it is now, qualifying matters. You have to qualify well to earn points. Every race that you race, you have to race clean. You cannot get disqualified. You can't get a penalty or any of those things, because it all comes down to your opportunity for lane choice in the final heat. So now you're going to have 3 days of racing. You're going to have qualifying, or 2 days depending on the race course, but you're going to have qualifying that matters, you're going to have preliminary races that matter, and you're going to have a final that's going to be incredibly competitive. And the preliminary races will be incredibly competitive too, because if you remember the Saturday shootouts that we used to have when it was 2 boats.
Yep.
You took the 2 boats, the slower boat took lane 1 and the faster boat took lane 2, and we had some incredible racing in that.
Yep.
And this is going to be, it will be similar to that in some of these heats, because the faster boats will tend to be on the outside in the preliminary heats.
And you just have more than 2 boats.
Yes. And I think it'll be exciting. Now, I know that's a pretty long-winded explanation, but it took a couple of years to get the thing sorted out, so there you go.
Fair enough.
So you're excited about the new format?
Oh yeah, I am.
And good.
I am. I don't think it's without. I mean, it's going to take some work to probably perfect it. I don't think all the answers are there perfectly. Nothing's perfect first try, seldomly anyway. So we ask the people to be patient with us and adjust the rules as they have to be to make it correct. But we have to satisfy and cater to the family on the beach. That's the most important thing we have to do, in my opinion.
Well, on that one, you won't get an argument out of me on that. I've always said the most important people here are the fans, because you know what? If we throw one of these things and nobody shows up, guess what?
They're the customer.
We don't go back anymore. And so I think that's right. We've been talking about it. Dustin's been weighing in on it, and I've been talking about it. We're trying to put a better product on the water.
Yes.
To attract more fans, make it a little easier to understand.
Yeah.
For the Joe casual fan who just thinks that orange boat is the coolest looking thing. He doesn't have any idea who the heck's driving it.
He definitely knows what he's talking about.
That's a smart guy right there. So I'm going to want to have you talk to this guy over here, because I know you guys have a relationship. But I got one more question, which is how come. But talk a little bit about the choice of Dylan Runne and how that's going.
Well, gosh, I don't know. How did that work? Dylan actually approached Sharon and I last year and said, you know, do you feel like running your boat? And I said, man, maybe yes, maybe no, we'll see. Same answer I gave everybody all the time, right?
The non-answer.
And he really wanted to take another swing at racing a big boat, and he's very excited. And so I started doing a little bit of research on some of the things that he's done on the East Coast and some of his racing career, and I really like the guy, you know, and I don't know how else to say it other than if this is important to have somebody that I don't want a hired gun. You know what I mean?
Right.
I want a guy that I want a guy that I like, and I like he and I go ride Harley Davidson to go have dinner all the time.
That's the way it is.
No, it's true. I mean, you're spending all this time together, and you're going through all this frustration and everything. You have to have a family,
right?
And Dylan seems to be very understanding and very patient and very talented. So I don't know, it just kind of came around. And he says, I want to drive a boat, and if you bring your boat out, I want to drive yours. And I went, okay. So that's pretty much it.
What's he think of it?
He loves it.
Does he really?
Yeah. So the first time we're going out here, and oh, by the way, we put the Dustin setup on it, because what else are we going to do?
Yeah, there you go.
Right? That's square A. And he goes out there and he runs 162 with the thing. But I told him, I said, go out there and go slow, right? And see how many parts fall off. and he goes, I can't go slow in this thing. I can't do it.
Wow.
Off he went. And we didn't put very much fuel in it because we were just going to go run a couple of laps, and he just ran it longer than
so
he
that
should.
where he went?
Yeah, he just ran out of fuel.
Yeah, we were all worried that maybe something broke and all that.
Well, there were some things that went wrong, but it was nothing serious. It was frustrating little things, but that's what testing's for.
So you have your own special setup in that boat now.
Well, you know, we worked for a while and just got what worked for me. And I mean, Kelly and I communicate great together, back and forth. And you know, he's the type of guy to where you come back in, you say, boy, it sure would be nice if we could do this, or sure would be nice. He's always the type of guy that said, well, why can't we? Let's do it. And so he'll just make it up. If we needed a part, he'd make it up. If we needed to change something, we'd do it. So that's what I think is one of the things that makes your team so good is, you know, you have the capability of doing it. And I've said it all day, you know, one of the hardest working people I know, if you're ever trying to get a hold of Kelly, he's not answering his phone. He's in front of his mill trying to find zero. So, yeah, it's just, I was very excited to see how well you guys did today. And I think it's just, you know, hats off to you and Sharon for Dylan was a great choice. I think putting the team together, you just did great. I think it showed. I mean, how good does it feel to be back out here, with everybody and show everybody that it's not a fluke. We're fast.
You know what's really nice? That was nice. It was, to go out and click a couple off like that.
Right.
But the people, because, hey, nice that you're back. It means a lot. It really does.
Yeah.
That it mattered. It matters that you're here. I mean, just like all of us, right? Everybody wants to matter.
Right.
That's the big one. If I wanted to get a little bit philosophical about it, but it definitely didn't hurt that it went out there and ran over 160 first try. I do need to ask you a little bit about that, Dustin. The first half of the straightaway on this front straightaway, it's porpoising a little bit, and I need to figure out what the heck that is, because there's a mile an hour there.
We'll have to look at some video and see what we can figure out. Everybody that came up here that we talked to, and they'd say, the strong boats, whatever, everybody's fast. They go, that orange boat, and they'd say, they're fast. And that's always, it's kind of been the unsaid thing of, you never know what Kelly and team are going to do, because that thing's fast. It's always right there, and it always has been. So, I mean, I for one, I'm so glad to see it back. I'm so glad to see you and your element, doing what you do. And I think the fans are too. I mean, it's definitely one of the crowd favorites seeing the orange boat out here. So, I know Sharon's happy seeing it out here, and it seems like it's meant to be. So it's great to have you back.
Well, I appreciate that very much, and we're just going to run the whole season and see what we end up with after that. I'm going to go 1 year at a time. I'll tell you, it's as much work as it's ever been, as you know, there's a lot of talent out there to race against right now. I mean, the people there's some nice stuff over there. And if you look at the speeds, they're all right there. Just like last year, only there's going to be 8 or 9 now instead of.
Yeah.
So, and that's I mean, this is going to be, people cannot talk about boat count and be serious anymore. If you've got 8 boats and they're all within 5 miles an hour of each other, that's never happened before.
No. And you look at those numbers that were posted today, top to bottom.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Well, but historically, it was 2 boats.
Yep.
Sometimes maybe 3. That was it. And then everybody else was arguing over 3rd place. You had 2 boats going for 1st and 2nd, and then everybody else.
Oh, but there were 17 boats in the pit area.
Yeah, we got to have boat
They
count.
never tell you that 6 of them couldn't qualify and 2 didn't get off the trailer.
And the reliability of it.
Yeah.
Because, everybody's going out there doing these 160s and then driving back to the pits and saying, okay, what's next? So, I mean, that just shows you that the time and the energy that's going into making these boats fast and reliable, they're finishing heats. So you go back to the golden days, they did have a lot of boats in the pits. But when you look at the finishing, the amount of boats that were finishing together, it's not like we got now.
Yeah.
Not now. This is going to be fun.
Well,
and go ahead.
It's somebody that's called a stat man told me that we had a 96% finish rate one season. Like, I don't remember the exact season. 96% finish rate.
It's amazing.
I mean, that's crazy.
That's as good as it gets. I mean,
so,
if we could only believe the stat man. You can always take the stat man stuff to the bank. Look, I'm going to cut you loose, but I really appreciate you coming up here. But more than that, I think I speak for, and Dustin just said it, I'll say it, and I speak for everybody that's watching and fans across the country. The Orange Boat is a favorite. Yeah. Everybody is very glad you guys are back. This is really good news for the sport. We're going to have fun. Good luck. Have a good season.
Well, I'm going to try to have a good season.
And if it happens, and you guys finally claim that first H1 victory and they shut down the pit area for the party all night, please make sure I'm inside the gate when it happens.
I said this once at a banquet, and I said, anybody can win a race on any given day, but when you're racing the clock, you're racing the clock.
Right.
And world records tells you how fast you are. And I'm not poo-pooing anybody that wins a race, but somebody that's, when you set a record, that's a big deal too. And
darn straight.
Dustin climbed in that thing. I think it was the second time you drove that thing, and we went 170 whatever, and he got out of it. And
we need to go a little faster going. I can't get it off the corner.
We all looked at each other and went, well, now what do we do? But winning races is important, and being fast is important. But there's a lot of boats out there that you can only have one winner. If you got 9 boats, you got to have, you got one winner and 8 others.
That's right.
So, anyway.
You know the best part of this whole thing? See the smile on his face? This is good stuff. Kelly, thank you for coming up here. I really appreciate you taking the time.
Good to see you.
Dustin. Yep. Okay.
And we'll see you on the road in Madison. Be careful.
Yes, we will. Well, you and I are going to do Harleys and a burger and a beer.
Yep. Long overdue. We'll make it happen.
Oh boy, that's a combination.
Oh yeah.
Harleys and burgers and beer.
Oh yeah.
That's as good as it gets.
That is as good as it gets. He's Kelly Stocklin.
Thank you very much.
And so we're going to cut him loose. Thank you, Kelly, and good luck. Like I said, we'll see you in Madison.
All right. Bye.